Hey everybody, and welcome back to Showplay's Corpse Party Book of Shadows. I've decided that, I'm gonna apologize. Well, Naomi's going to apologize. If I didn't say something to calm her down, Seiko would run off, and I knew she couldn't be by herself right now. So I pulled myself together and tried apologizing to her. But the words... Seiko, I'm The words wouldn't come. As soon as I tried to form them, something caught itself in my throat. I found myself unable to breathe and doubled over in a fit. Naomi, are you okay? I'll take that as a yes. Sorry, Naomi. If I'm bothering you, I'll go. I hate to leave your side, but if that's what you want, I won't argue. Seiko! Wait! Seiko ran off into the distance, her figure growing smaller and darker until it vanished altogether. I knew I'd made an awful, irreversible mistake. That sense of dread I'd felt moments before had come back full force. I could sense a malevolence within me, an outside hand that made me lash out at Seiko. It felt like something was in my mouth. I had no idea what, but there was definitely something in there. I stuck my finger in and tried to dig it out. Ew! My finger found something and pulled out from my throat came large clumps of long, black hair. Ew. Ew. That's why I don't like these types of ghosts. They're creepy and hairy. Ugh. Ugh. I just kept pulling and pulling. I couldn't believe how much there was. Ugh. It makes me think of when you have really stringy cheese and you pull it out your throat and you almost gag, but the pizza's really good so you eat it anyway. The strand stretched all the way back from my stomach through my esophagus and into my hands. And even then there was still more to pull. Ugh. The motion was unnatural and was creating a repulsive, sickening sensation along my tonsils. I felt like I was going to throw up again. Where the hell did all this hair come from? Was this all stuck in my throat? It was only a faint notion before, but now I was certain. I was remembering some future event. I didn't know why or how, but I was repeating time. Am I just not allowed to apologize? I could feel a dark will guiding me. Someone or something wanted Seiko to be killed in this timeline as well. But I wasn't going to let it happen. Not without a fight. I have to go after her. I have to apologize. I can't leave her alone like this. I ran as quickly as I could in the direction Seiko had gone, but then... A fierce earthquake began shaking the building. It was so violent I couldn't even stay standing. I crouched along the ground, waiting for it to pass. Everything was moving and there were sounds of objects cracking and breaking all around me. Glass was shattering, ceiling tiles were raining down upon me. I was scared for my life. So scared. So very, very afraid. Pull it together, Naomi. I was certain I was going to die. Maybe a big chunk of ceiling would fall on me, or the floor would open up at my feet and swallow me whole. I kept wondering how it was going to end. Was I going to be crushed? How badly would it hurt? How long would it go on before I finally died? My head was swimming with all kinds of worst-case scenarios, while my body just remained motionless on the ground. I'd never felt so helpless before. I didn't even care anymore. I'd take any release I could get. Just make it stop. Naomi, come on. But there was no release for me. All I could do was curl up into a ball and pray. I wondered how much time had passed. It could have been only a moment, a few minutes, or even a few hours. But it did finally end, and the dark corridors were silent once more. I gradually loosened my stiff body, uncurling from the floor. Blotches of dust and wood chips fell from my hair. Some of the finer debris had gotten into my clothing and was crunching around like sand with every movement. It was not pleasant. I brushed myself off as best as I could and slowly rose to my feet, slapping my skirt in vain to clear away any excess dirt and dust. The particles in the air were like white smoke, billowing through the pitch-black hallway. It took me a moment to get my bearings. Once I finally did, though, I almost wished I hadn't. The sight before my eyes instantly washed away with the little hope I may have had. What? The earthquake had completely caved in part of the floor. It was no longer possible to continue down this hall, no longer possible to trail Seiko. If I had been cowering from the quake only a few feet ahead, I'd be dead for sure. Swallowed up into whatever hell lay down there. I knelt down by the edge of the hole and peered within. It was too dark to tell for sure, but if what I thought I saw was correct, then the ceilings in this school were unreasonably high. To make matters worse, it seemed like the floor directly below had fallen out as well. That's quite a drop then. I didn't dare consider just how deep this pit might go. All I knew was I couldn't risk falling into it. Shivering in terror, I pulled myself up. What do I do? Can I get around it? I have to hurry. I definitely had to hurry. If I didn't, Seiko would commit suicide, but there was still time. I was determined not to let it happen, no matter what. I was going to save her. I was going to change her horrible fate. Can we do it? Search mode. Now I can actually... Yeah, this gameplay is different, but... still good. It's still good. I don't actually know how to get out of this. There we go. I can save it. Darkening, 10%. Just ignore the playtime. I kinda left the game on. There's the map. Nurse, directly next to me. I guess I can go... not very many places. There's a large hole in the floor, too big to jump across. Getting to the other side won't be possible from here. And just not much else to search. Certainly don't want to go in the nurse's office. There was a mess of blood and entrails on the wall, as if someone were launched from across the corridor at tremendous speed and splattered on impact. The smell was positively vile. Seiko had commented on it before, but it was really hitting me now. Every breath I took was triggering my gag reflex. It was all I could do not to vomit again. Am I right next to it? 'Cause I don't see it. I hear it, though. Let's see what she says if I try to go in there. I don't like this place. The infirmary was where I'd been attacked. I didn't want to stay in there any longer than I had to. That horrible sensation of my body being overcome by the hair-like mist was something I never hoped to experience again as long as I lived. There's a photo here. The paper was cracked and wrapped in various spots, and the picture itself was in black and white. Clearly this was not a recent photo. It was just a simple shot of a man looking directly at the camera. It had a formal air to it, as if it were used for an arranged marriage interview. I wonder who this is. Was he the man who worked at this desk? Or a family member, maybe? All things considered, there's surprisingly little dust on these beds. There's nothing under them, is there? No, there isn't. Good. I didn't even think to check under them. There's a pair of scissors on one of the shelves. Its blades are stained with blood. Proper procedure for dissection. First and foremost, you must ensure that both arms and both legs are firmly pinned down, such that the subject is completely unable to move. Next, make a clean incision across the stomach and carefully peel the skin on both sides, exposing the subject's innards. Use pins to keep the The remainder of the page is so stained and faded that it's completely illegible. Useful tip, thanks. There's a large number of bottles lined up on the shelf here. Each one of them seems to be packed tightly with small chunks of unidentifiable meat, and the smell suggests they've been here for quite a while. I wonder what room that is down there. Oh well, let's get out of here. That same bloody mess caught my eye every time I walked past it. I couldn't help but look, and it really never got any easier to see. Is the lab unlocked? The door to the science lab is frozen in place, as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. Nope. Did I miss anything in here? There was that smashed up corpse again. The smell, the sight, and the mere thought of it was just too much. I couldn't hold back any longer. God, I really don't want to see this. I don't mind it. It's the flies that are buzzing that I don't really like. The screen's got red on it. Well, I don't know where I'm going, so... Or do I? Brain, do you remember where you're supposed to go? I think it's there. I might be wrong. As I wandered through the darkened corridors, every hair on my body was standing at attention. I had goosebumps from head to toe. It felt like a fog of uneasiness was swirling around me with each step I took. I feel that way when I watch scary things, or read scary things, or listen to scary things. I'm a scared person. And that fog was growing thicker and thicker, to such an extent that I began fearing the darkness might swallow me whole, and I'd cease to exist. I could feel my sanity slipping away. I didn't know how much longer I could hold out and was starting to lose patience. I just wanted to get it over with. Fear was like a slime covering my entire being. No matter how much I wiped, I was only squishing it around. It wouldn't come off. It was stuck fast. You just need a new paper towel, or regular towel. Either way. I walked around aimlessly, calling out Seiko's name. By doing so, I was able to dull my senses and just barely maintain my grip on reality. Seiko, where are you? Please, answer me. I wasn't thinking straight. I want to apologize. Up ahead, I swore I saw a light glinting off of something. It looked, for a moment, like a web of slimy, sinewy strings stretched all across the hall. Ooh. I slowly crept forward until I could confirm that they were, in fact, strands of wire. Gently, I reached out a finger and touched the closest one. Ow! I pulled my hand away, looking down at it. There was now a very fine, clean slice right on the tip of my finger. Tiny red beads were beginning to form. So, like a paper cut? Those don't bleed very much, but they do hurt. A lot. Those beads just kept getting bigger and bigger as I watched, eventually swelling into one another and forming a single drop of blood. And that drop quickly became too heavy from its perch. It began wending its way down my hand, toward my wrist. Piano wire? No, it's a little different. I couldn't believe it had cut so deeply from just one faint touch. Had it been sharpened? It really stung. If I hadn't noticed those wires strung up across the hall and just kept walking, I shuddered to think of what might have happened. Death not from malevolent spirits, but from a mere booby trap. Who could have done this? There was definitely a planned malice behind it. I could sense an ill will in the air and began to tremble. Was someone watching me, even at that very moment? Was someone just waiting for me to fall into their trap and die so they could gloat about it? Is someone there? Hey! It was like an unconscious shout. I couldn't control myself. I was scared, and whoever did this was heartless. I just couldn't let it go. Stop this, please! You're scaring me! Don't do these awful things to people. A bevy of negative emotions began swimming through my head. I suddenly realized I was crying. And I knew that this corridor, with its web of razor-sharp piano wire, was effectively impassable. At least, for the moment. I needed to find some way to cut these wires, or some means of disabling the trap at any rate. I decided to go back the way I came and search the rest of the school for answers. I have no idea where I am on the map. Screen, you doing okay? So it's just like up here or over here somewhere? Well, I remember seeing scissors, so... in here? Pair of scissors. Did I grab them? Nope. Guess I have to actually explore. Oh, that's the wrong way. Stretched across, serving as a makeshift bridge. Alright. I'll go this way. The door to classroom 3A is frozen in place, as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. Smudgy, blood-red lettering reads, "Getting close to the darkness is one way to learn the truth." This whole place sits close to darkness, after all. Well, how's 2A? Can I actually go in? It didn't say I couldn't. There's like a string or something over here. Hey, now I can point! Because I got this thingy here. Soul burned by waves of energy, pay tribute to God in the house of Shinozaki, purified by the flames of hell, judgment passed in the great beyond. The following words were scrawled on the blackboard. Your friend is a traitor. You're going to be killed. Run? This shouldn't have been there. It wasn't on the board when I first got here with Seiko. Somebody had to have written it recently, but why? To create the rift in our friendship? I didn't know if it was a person or a ghost who did this, but whoever it was a terrible thing to do. This was all really starting to get to me. Is somebody here? Stop harassing me, whoever you are. I can't take this anymore, I just can't. Naomi? I didn't even know who I was angry with, but make no mistake, I was seething. I was probably really close to my breaking point. I ran out of the room, never even pausing to wipe the tears from my eyes. Well, I'm gonna keep going. Can I go up this way? I don't see anything here. But I was pretty sure I wanted to go in here, so I'm gonna try that again. 'Cause she stopped me before. It's more piano wire. There was yet another piece of piano wire in this room. Seemingly razor sharp like the others, but only one. I could avoid it easily, with some care. What is this thing? In the corner of the room sat an antiquated mechanical device with a lever attached to it. It prominently featured two wheels with spools of translucent wire coiled around them and projecting out toward the ceiling in a perfect tight line. Could this be the source of the booby trap? Pull the lever? Yeah? That's a pretty big lever. I wonder if it'll even move. Effort noise. The machine was old and the lever was rusted, so it wasn't going to give without a fight. I could rattle it a little, though, so I figured I had a chance. I did it! Huh? It's gone. The piano wire, it's gone. I assume she means like it just disappeared, like didn't even go anywhere, it just kind of faded out of existence, like what we saw on the screen. Well, that's pretty nifty. Anything else in here? You know what? I think we solved a puzzle, so I'm gonna end it here. And we'll pick up next time. And maybe I'll remember more so that I don't dawdle. I'll see you then.